I see nothing has changed.
Why? You're back. Come, sit. I want to hear all about it. How was Seattle?
Rainy. And if Alice gives us a little privacy, I'll fill you in on all the details.
Sounds like another ELQ disaster.
How bad is it? Are we broke?
It was a resounding success. ELQ is going to make pots of cash, further evidence of why I should stay in power. And the universe is truly smiling on me because there was no sign of Alan. Not once. The haunting is over. Maybe it was in my conscience after all.
Tracy, if you had a conscience, maybe I could rest in peace.
You have to admit it. I am a natural.
Yes, I am.
You know what?
What?
I've never seen anyone take to surfing quite the way you have. I don't want us to have to suspect that you took some secret lessons behind my back.
Oh, well. I just happen to be truly, madly, deeply in love with my instructor.
Oh, really?
Really?
Oh, you're not Sonny. Just that he's a half an hour late. I don't suppose he's gotten himself arrested.
Not that I know of.
Well, he's not answering at the house, and he's not answering his cell. When was the last time you saw him?
When he left Carly Jax's wedding?
The role of Amelia is being played by Darby Stanchfield.
It's been fun.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it.
But all good things must... Oh, you know the rest. So, once I walk out that door...
Yeah, this never happened.
I love it when a man agrees with me. Oh, what the hell? I never start taping on time.
How am I supposed to miss you if you never go away?
If I hadn't shown up, you would be moaning and groaning about your poor dead brother, how much you miss him, and if you could only get a chance to see him just one more time.
Let me find out for myself.
You haven't done right by me, Tracy.
Alan, you left your ELQ stock to Jason's imaginary children.
And that gives you the right to arbitrarily forge my will and ignore my wishes?
You know what? Thanks to the ELQ stock I inherited from you, I was able to negotiate from a position of strength. And if you knew anything about business, you would give me a standing ovation.
You stole from a dead man. Sainthood is not in your future.
You're a fool, Alan, and death has not changed that.
Well, at least after all these years, I now have the upper hand. I had to die to get it, but oh well.
I'm going to ignore you now. In fact, I'm going to pretend you're not here. Would you stop that?
Okay, Spanky. Baby. This is the sad truth. Alan is dead. And it's probably a permanent condition. Now, we need to concentrate on the living problems that we face. For example, I need you to help me get guardianship of Laura.
I just just love the sound of the ocean.
Me too.
It was always the one place I could go, and I always knew I was happy. I used to fight with my mom a lot. Over grades, curfews, boys.
Of course.
But you know what? Then she would pack us in the car and she would take us to the beach. It was impossible to stay angry when you can hear the ocean or feel the sand in between your toes.
Yeah.
Kind of puts things into perspective.
It's the best therapy, isn't it?
You know what?
What?
By the time you leave here, I'm going to be a better surfer than you.
Wow. You're not competitive at all, are you?
Are you feel threatened by that?
Threatened?
Yes.
Why would I feel threatened by you? I mean, you're just a girl.
Oh my God, those are fighting words.
I'll admit, I am relieved that Carly has married Jax. For one thing, it's going to save Sonny a fortune in alimony.
You know money's not an issue.
He's also been distracted by the uncertainty. I mean, one moment Sonny and Carly are together, the next they're not. A man in Sonny's business cannot afford distractions. Besides, it's exhausting.
Why do you even care? You get paid by the hour.
Double when it includes a court appearance. Look, I don't wish Sonny ill. I just happen to think he's better off when he's focused. Unlike today. How upset do you think Sonny's going to be after losing Carly?
I think you should be patient, because Sonny may need some time to deal with this.
Okay, I've handled worse hangovers than yours, Sam. Let me do my manicure.
I've had way too much champagne.
Okay, a little extra foundation and an ice pack under your eyes. Okay? And don't drink coffee until later. All right. No one ever has to know that you were blitzed last night.
Please, I hope not. Oh, what am I looking for?
Hey, McCall.
What?
You look a little ragged. Is Amelia working you too hard?
You know, that is so rude. And actually, it's none of your business.
My network, my business. Brandon Silverman. We met in New York.
Yeah, hi. Of course I remember. We met at the party for the advertisers. We talked about diving.
Yes, we did. I thought I'd come up here and see for myself how the production is going, but Amelia never showed up for a meeting. I don't suppose you know where she is.
I am so late. I should have never let you into that shower.
Well, you know, you wanted me to rub your back, then you wanted me to rub your...
I don't even have time to go back to my room and change. I mean, Brennan is going to have my... You don't even want to know. Thanks for the memories.
Yeah, this is Mr. Corinthos. Can you, have my bill ready? I'm ready to check out. Yeah, my stay was very satisfactory, thank you.
Baldwin is pushing this petition to get guardianship over Laura.
You didn't expect him to drop it.
He subpoenaed me.
Because he expects you to blow it on the stand and prove that you are detrimental to Laura's well-being.
Oh, save your breath, Tracy. Luke's totally irrational when it comes to Laura.
You need to be rational when it comes to Laura.
So where's your self-respect, huh? What about your pride?
This is private, Pa.
Listen, you are Tracy's husband. She does not need to be worrying about how you feel about Laura. You are her husband now. God help us all.
You're right, Daddy. He is my husband, so I will take care of it.
Mom, you're back. Listen, hey, I got a letter from PCU. Turns out nobody bothered to pay my tuition. And now it's past due.
Hello, sweetheart. I missed you, too.
Oh, I'm sure Tracy would be happy to write a check with all that extra cash she has from forging Alan's will.
Oh, you go, girlfriend.
Shut up.
Excuse me.
I wasn't talking to you.
And who are you talking to?
You keep this up, Tracy, you're going to wind up in the room right next door to Laura.
You know, I got a memo detailing Tracy's very successful trip to Seattle, and I think we need to show her a little respect.
Tracy doesn't deserve any respect.
I'm sorry, can somebody tell me, am I planning on going back to school, or should I just be flipping
Hey,
burgers in
people,
my...
hold it. Quartermains, take a break. Everybody's got problems, okay? Even me. And right now, I need my wife's full attention and her assistance in making sure that Scott Baldwin doesn't get guardianship over Laura.
What?
Scott filed papers and subpoenaed Luke.
Well, I mean, does Lulu know?
Did I miss anything at the reception?
What, other than the cake and the dancing?
Well, I didn't know if Sonny decided to make trouble.
He was remarkably restrained. So, how come you left?
I needed some air.
Yeah, well, I guess it's kind of hard to breathe with 3 guys hovering around, crazy in love with you. Here you go.
Thanks.
Make that 4.
You're so wrong about that.
Been avoiding me.
Oh, how's that working so far?
But you have to eat breakfast on your first day. You're gonna need all your strength.
Yeah, if I don't have any strength, that's totally your fault.
Excuse me, can I please borrow our things? So you totally own me when Mac has no idea you didn't sleep in your bed last night. I told him you got home really, really late and left really, really early, so you're good.
Huh. Thanks, Georgie. That's really sweet. But I didn't ask you to lie for me.
Maxie, if Mac finds out that you and Cooper are sleeping together, he'll kick him out of the police academy.
Obviously, I don't know much about television production, but when I get here in the morning and I see a lot of smiling faces, no one seems to be in a panic, I'm getting really good feedback, I'm thinking that it's probably going pretty good.
No, the rough cuts look pretty good. A few tweaks, or we're redoing the graphics. I fired the composer. Doesn't mean much in the scheme of things. You know, it's too bad you're not in Manhattan. Your picture's plastered all over the side of every bus from Tribeca to Battery Park.
It's fun. Sorry I'm late.
You're not picking up your cell phone, Amelia. Ms. McCall and I were beginning to worry.
Oh, and that is why the network needs to buy me a new phone. Ever since I dropped mine on location, it just hasn't worked right. Now, can you give me a minute with my star, and then I'm all yours, Brandon?
Sure.
Okay, is everything okay?
Yes. What did you tell him?
Nothing.
Good. Brandon has the attention span of a gnat. Smile and be charming and breathe deeply, if you get my drift. Did he ask any questions?
Well, mostly he wanted to know where you could have been when you were supposed to be meeting with him, and actually you are in the same exact outfit that you were in when I left work yesterday, and I know you're a pretty fashion-forward girl to make that mistake. So I'm kind of wondering myself. Nice suit and a tie. Of course, it's a little dressy for the office. Looks like something you might wear to, I don't know, a wedding.
Good morning to you.
We have a situation, Sonny.
Okay, whatever she has, you can wait, right? So,
I'm guessing you have not seen this. Sam is front and center and dragging you with him.
all right, seriously? I can't deal with it, so make it go away. Do what you got to do. It's been nice seeing you.
That's all I needed to hear.
All right.
Bye-bye.
All right. I know you want to support Sam and everything. You need to prioritize.
I'm not here
otherwise
about
we'll
Sam right now. There was an incident last night between 2 of Alcazar's men and some guy they think works for you.
Okay, we didn't give an okay to a confrontation with Alcazar's people.
I know that.
So what? Who is it?
Logan Hayes.
Okay, you know what? That guy's starting to be a pain in my ass.
Yeah, tell me, what kind of genius volunteers for 2 tours of duty in Iraq and then decides to pursue a career in organized crime?
I fought over there for freedom. My freedom, as it happened, so I could do what I want, when I wanted, and not have some smart-ass blonde criticizing me.
Really? Well, maybe I don't want you to waste your freedom by getting your head blown off by Alcazar's thugs.
Aw, I didn't know you cared.
You're right. Mac probably would kick Coop out of the academy if he knew we were sleeping together, so it's probably a good idea that he doesn't find out.
Max, you're not the most discreet person in the world, and so Mac is going to find out and probably get mad at us both.
So why don't you just stay out of it?
I was just trying to help.
Georgie, have you noticed that ever since Dylan walked out of your life, you can't seem to stay out of mine?
Nice.
Look, I really like Coop, and he likes me, so just back off.
Thanks a lot, Mike.
Okay, take care. What are you talking to your sister?
Nothing. Come on, I'll walk you out.
I need to talk to you. Alone?
Dude, he's like this dog that just goes around marking his territory everywhere.
I'm nobody's territory.
Lulu, seriously? It's important.
You heard him.
Whatever.
Bye.
You gotta listen to this. My mom came back from her business trip today, and before she even had time to, like, argue with the family or anything...
Who the hell are you guys?
Our boss wants to see you.
All right, look, I can explain.
Don't give us any trouble.
Your dad was there, and something came up. Lulu, what?
Did you see that?
What? Lulu, I'm trying to tell you what happened to Scott and your dad, okay?
No, wait, not now. I'm gonna call you.
If Laura wanted Nicholas to be her guardian, then her wishes should be respected.
Like anyone respects anyone's wishes around here.
She would not have wanted Scott.
Well, clearly, Laura didn't respect Luke enough to handle her business affairs.
I don't recall asking for your opinion, Edward.
Well, you are living in our house now, Spencer, and our money will undoubtedly cover your court costs, so I damn well am entitled to have my say.
I'll handle it.
It doesn't mean he's right, Tracy.
Monica, it's a losing battle.
She can't hear you.
Who can't hear what, damn it?
Don't ask, Edward, don't ask.
Mr. Baldwin is here to see... Oh, I don't know exactly.
Well, I wasn't expecting an audience.
Oh, you'll get much more than an audience. You're going to get a full-blown battle.
Oh, she's getting feisty.
Would you button it?
Hey, I didn't come here to get insulted, Tracy.
No, you came here to show us that you want to be Laura's legal guardian, huh?
Yeah, well, I would do a much better job than this deadbeat here.
Really? Do you recall how many times and how many ways you tried to swindle the Quartermain family?
And he's trying it again. Look, he's standing around until we offer him money to get out of here. What'll it take? What will it take, Baldwin, to have you go away and leave Laura alone?
I got plenty of money, Edward. Nobody's going to bribe me to stay away from her.
Then we'll have to kill you.
Where'd that come from?
Take that, you little toad.
Oh, good. You're all here.
Hi, Bobby.
Barbara Jean, did you call this meeting? What the hell are you thinking?
Well, I don't care. Do it. Come on.
I got an offer that I couldn't refuse, so I had to blow Brandon off. And now I have to make nice to him.
Well, you know, I really do hope it was worth it.
Well, the good news is the rough cuts look fantastic. And really, nothing turns Brandon on like good ratings. But it wouldn't hurt you to bat your baby brows a little.
Are you serious?
Oh, he's been going on about how the camera loves you, which means he does too, from afar. It's good for the show. I was just telling Sam how happy we all are with the early cuts of the show. She's dying to hear what you have to say.
Well, the show's fine, but Sam's our money. Seeing our girl here, our everyday hero in danger, and then watching her save herself, that's the paradigm.
I agree.
What's up with the next episode?
Well, actually, I was thinking that maybe we could do something on SIDS. Sudden infant death syndrome.
Babies who stop breathing. I'm changing the channel. Come on, Amelia. Cutting edge. Attention grabbing. Get with it.
Amelia Joffe. That is a court order ceasing production of Everyday Heroes.
You can't do that.
I just did. Next is slander and libel. You see, my client will do whatever it takes to protect his privacy.
Who's your client?
Michael Corinthos Jr. Hey, Sam. How you doing?
I've let things slide lately. The situation with Carly was a distraction. Now she's married to Jax. Those are words you probably thought you'd never hear me say. You really thought she'd go through with it?
You know, I thought once Carly got re-engaged.
Yeah?
You know, I thought it was a pretty good chance.
That's not my problem anymore. I just want to make sure the boys are okay. Every time you look at me like that, I know that you got something to say. So
I just, you know, I think Carly's actually happy. And I want to thank you for
for making that possible, because I know that this was very hard for you.
Yeah. It's going to take me a little while to figure out how to live without her. Until then, I'll fake it.
Oh my gosh, I cannot believe how bad this hurts. It's not funny.
Just lie down, let me look at it.
You think it's poisonous? Let me see. You think I'll have no? You think I have to go to the hospital? Do they have hospitals here?
Just let me look at it.
No, you're not going to look at it. I'm going to look at it.
You can't see it. It's where you can't see it.
No, I'm going to go to the bathroom and I'll look in the mirror.
It's not like I haven't seen it before.
But you haven't seen it like this.
Okay. You're my wife, I'm your husband, and we're going to learn all kinds of new things about each other, so you're just going to have to trust me, okay?
Be gentle.
Okay. Okay. Oh.
What do you mean, oh?
Boy, this is worse than I thought.
What do you mean?
This just might require a little surgery.
Get off!
It's okay.
Barbara, I'm sure your intentions are very good here, but this is you have overstepped.
Hey, come on, back off, Spencer. The only reason why I'm here is because Bobby asked me.
Okay, both of you, will you just listen to me? This fight is the last thing that Laura would want. Luke, you are the love of her life. And Scott, much as I never wanted to admit it back then, you were Laura's first love. And you have managed to remain her good friend. But she wouldn't want the two of you going at each other in her name.
Bobby's assessment is not wrong.
They're both making asses of themselves to no purpose.
Now, my purpose is to protect Laura. He has done a lousy job, and so has Cassadine, so I'm stepping in here.
Actually, Scott, I don't think it's any more your business than it is mine.
I was married to her. Briefly. You know, Laura always thought that she could save that idiot. Now somebody's got to save her from him. And if there's a chance that she might recover, I don't want him around to mess it up again.
You have got to be kidding me. You, of all people, trying to get a hold of Laura? You should be shot, Scott.
Get me a gun, son.
Don't get involved with this, Dylan.
Where does he get off criticizing Luke after what he did to Laura?
What do you mean, dear?
Yeah, Dylan. Please enlighten us.
Why would Sonny do something like this? What, is he trying to sabotage the show?
There's no sabotage, Sam. Everyday Heroes is a violation of Sonny's privacy. That's why we got an injunction which says that you have to suspend production.
Well, I'm sure our network lawyers will be happy to counter-sue for violating our free speech rights.
Mm-hmm. And since when is slander a constitutional right?
You can't slander a public figure.
Mr. Corinthos is not a celebrity. He's not a politician. He's not even a network executive. He's a coffee importer and a private citizen. And he has every right to live his life unmolested.
Told you it was a lousy idea, building a show around some gangster's mistress.
She's not Sonny's mistress.
How do you know that?
Come over here. Tell Brendan, are you Sonny Corinthos' mistress?
No, of course not. My boyfriend is Jason Morgan. I did date Sonny a long time ago, but he was separated at the time. I was never his mistress.
Okay, look, all I care about is that any known association with organized crime could get us into trouble with the FCC. So do something.
This is a huge overreaction to a simple misunderstanding.
Oh.
Once I explain things to Mr. Corinthos, I know he'll lift the injunction. He's a reasonable man.
Thank you, boys.
Guys, listen, I'm pretty sure somebody...
Did I tell you you can talk? Okay, we're very grateful that you intervened the night that we got ambushed at the cellar. Isn't that right, Jason? Now, I already expressed my gratitude by paying your medical bills, giving you a job at the Metro Court. All you had to do was say thank you, keep your nose clean, show up to work on time. Instead,
But that's not what I was trying to do. I did not tell you to open your mouth.
And every time you do, you convince me that you're stupid or have a problem.
Sonny, I need your help. Something terrible happened. Ow! Ow!
Hey, hold still.
You said you would be
Hands up,
gentle.
I'm doing my best here. All right. I'm just
Trying to prolong it, I know you are.
Okay, I told you the alternative.
No. Get it.
I'm saying the acid, will make the sea urchin retract.
You are not
Won't be
peeing
so
on my
painful
butt.
when I pull them out. Well, surfers do it all the time. And you had such a big mouth about being such a good surfer. You want to be such a pro and everything. So,
No, I'm going to stick to you, my husband, on our honeymoon, pulling sea urchin spines out of my...
I'm going to disinfect it a little bit,
Oh my God, I want to hit you.
Would you like a swig?
Oh.
Here, knock yourself out. Just one more, okay? You ready?
Okay, yeah.
Okay, here we go.
Be careful, please.
There.
Oh,
Done.
That one wasn't so bad.
No?
No. How does it look?
It's a little swollen.
Swollen? They're going to be uneven now.
Oh my God, your vein.
You know what you could do?
What?
You could kiss it and make it feel better.
They're going to be just fine, You won't even notice. With the purple will be gone, the swelling will go down, and they'll be perfectly even cheeks. Okay?
So, what are we supposed to do now? This is our honeymoon. I'm severely injured. How will we pass the time?
Well, here we can think of something.
Oh gosh, that really hurts.
Okay. Looks like you're going to have to be on top.
I saw these two nasty-looking guys drag Logan away from Kelly's, and I figured that they were Alcazar's men, but clearly they are your employees, and they're probably not as nasty as they looked. And now that Logan is here, it's really none of my business why you wanted to see him, but you should know that Logan was actually trying to help you when he confronted Alcazar's men in the alley.
Lulu, please. Were you involved in the confrontation?
I just happened to walk in on it, and I threatened to call the cops.
Okay, pay attention to what I'm about to say. Lulu is under my protection. Anything happens to her because of you, you're dead.
Well, Logan he didn't even know that I was there, so it was just a fluke. It's never gonna happen.
Okay, well, if you want to stay in one piece, then you got to make sure that he stays out of trouble. Do you understand what I'm saying? You don't work for me. You will never work for me. Now get out of here.
Gee, thanks for making me look like an idiot.
I was just trying to help.
In the future, don't.
Well, everyone knows the damage Scott caused by keeping
Sweetheart!
a secret.
I seriously doubt anybody wants to rehash yet again the accidental death of Teresa Carter when Laura was a teenager.
That's not the death he's talking about.
It was a horrible tragedy that Rick Weber completely mishandled.
Oh, good. Okay, let's now blame Rick.
If she starts to defend Rick, you have my permission to take her out at the knees.
Monica is right. This decades-old tragedy has nothing whatsoever to do with the current problem of Baldwin's wanting to take custody or whatever it is of Laura.
No, I don't give a damn what any of you people think.
Something pushing your buttons, Baldwin?
Bobby, your heart is in the right place, but when it comes to what's best for Laura, you're dead wrong. Now, I'm going to do everything in my power to get her out from underneath his drunken thumb.
You're interested in getting the show positive PR, but Amelia thinks that as soon as the show premieres, the buzz is going to be about the show and not about all this gossip.
You're missing the point, Sam. The show can't premiere with an injunction in place.
Fine, Amelia will get the injunction lifted. Come on, the show performs a public service. You're not serious.
Well, Sam is right, to a certain extent. The show is designed to help people while they're watching Sam. Women will want to watch her be gorgeous and proactive. Men will tune in because, after all, there's nothing wrong with a little eye candy at the end of a hard day's work.
Well, that's not very professional.
Well, for better or worse, that's how the business works. Personally, I like you. Like I said, you tested through the roof. But unless you get your personal life under control, this whole concept will tank. There will be no show.
Come on, that is not fair. That's not fair to Amelia. That's not fair to everyone who's worked so hard here.
And I have to cut our losses.
Okay, fine. Then I'll handle it.
I want this lifted right now.
I had such a great time.
I don't have time for games. This is my livelihood we're talking about.
You know what? This is my livelihood we're talking about. I don't like dealing with reporters who come in here asking me questions about my non-existent relationship with Sam.
Well, I can have the press that you've had so far look like a walk in the park. Lift the injunction, or I'll bury you.
Is it my imagination, or are you on the verge of becoming a lush?
The subject of Laura gives me a headache.
Well, I understand that. She gets everybody riled up. But Dylan was really strange about the whole thing. More than usual. I mean, he jumped all over Scott.
You're right. He was acting suspicious, but he's been worried about this Rick Weber thing for a long time. He and Lulu were snooping.
Yeah, they figured out that it wasn't me and Monica. Maybe they found out who actually killed Rick.
He was acting very strange. In fact, he threatened Scott. How did he put it?
That Scott had no right to criticize Luke, especially after what Scott did to Laura, and that Scott should be shot.
I wonder if he found out that Scott killed Rick Weber. Do you think he has evidence?
Find out. And then tell Luke. He will worship you for it because then Scott's going to have to back off the guardianship of Laura.
I can't do that.
Why on earth not?
Because it's going to destroy Luke.
What would destroy Luke?
The evidence you have on Scott Baldwin.
Mom.
Scott knows you're going to keep your mouth shut for the same reason I will. If Luke finds out that Laura didn't kill Rick, that'll mean Luke made a mistake that cost Laura her sanity.
I know, and then he would implode. But that's why I didn't accuse Scott in front of the family.
You have to bury that evidence. Are you listening to me?
Why are you harassing my stepson?
Because she's telling me that I can't date Lulu. I'm so over it.
Ignore him, he's moody.
Well, that may be. But, baby, you've got to start warming up to Dylan. He's got information that we need. He's got some kind of dirt on Scott Baldwin.
Well, this is where I'm supposed to ignore you, right?
I lost my temper.
Huh. Which you do on a regular basis.
Look, I got into town and I checked things out, and it didn't take long for me to figure out where all the money, power, and respect is, and I want to work for Sonny Corinthos.
So you said.
Lulu, he likes you, right? You're under his protection.
What's your point?
Maybe you could put in a good word for me.
I tried.
Try harder, all right? I need this.
You are using me, and you don't think there's anything wrong with that.
Hey, thanks for coming to the set. I know this isn't your favorite place.
You said it's important. What's up?
You are Sonny's business partner. Do you think you can get him to lift the injunction?
What injunction?
Sonny had me file paperwork to suspend production and broadcast of Everyday Heroes.
You didn't know?
Sonny didn't want to put you in the middle, having to choose between business and Sam's inconvenient career.
No, Sonny is being unfair.
But regardless, Jason's name isn't on the paperwork, so he can't get the injunction lifted.
He can still intercede on Sam's behalf.
Sonny doesn't want Jason stuck in the middle.
You mean to say you'd stand by and let Sam's career be sabotaged?
If the press gets a hold of this injunction that you filed, there'll be innuendo and speculation as to why you're determined to see Sam fail.
You don't have to build a show around Sam. Anyway, you don't even have to be in Port Charles.
Okay, this show is called Everyday Heroes.
Yeah.
They're not easy to find. Sam's the real deal and then some. She's a star in the making.
I think there's more to that. Because I think you have an agenda you're trying to protect.
Oh, that's ridiculous.
Well, I don't. You know what? It doesn't really matter to me because as long as it doesn't land
Shut
on.
up.
No, you shut up.
How's your wound?
It's better, thank you. But I think I feel a relapse coming on at any time, so you have to take care of me all over again.
You know, this is going to put a real crimp in our surfing lessons, right?
Let's see. Standing upright on a fiberglass board, fighting the current, battling sea urchins, or lying next to a man I adore. You pick.
No contest.
Mm-mm. I know that's not always going to be like this. There's going to be times when we're angry or when we're impatient, when we just don't connect.
Yeah, I know.
But I want you to know that I'm always going to love you as much as I do right now.
You know, people used to say that I led a charmed life. I had it good, I know that. But being your husband, lying in your arms, just looking forward to spending each day with you. I want to tell all those people that I finally figured out what a charmed life is.
On the next General Hospital.
Nicholas's life is on the line.
Is anyone there?
Hello?
What do you want me to do?
Something that will shake her.
This baby could be born at any moment. Be prepared.
Do you know if it's a boy or